Hello and welcome. We're picking up where we left off last time in Terraformers. The red planet awaits. Today we're going to go ahead and play the blue path. In the previous couple parts, we did the red planet awaits, which is the base scenario. Red path, and then the green path. And while it does look like we've done 4 games maybe here, we did the red planet awaits on base difficulty. The red path on the red path's base difficulty, to be fair. The green path, we actually took it up 1 to hard. Today, we're going to basically take it up on the difficulty. We're going to go very hard on the blue path. In theory, we could just do hard on the blue path. We're going to do very hard on the blue path. That means the challenge today is to terraform 2 steps all the terraformation types. So that's oceans, oxygen, atmosphere, and temperature. Part of that is also, those are all going to be about 7% harder. I think normally you need to get like 90 of each of those resources. So this will be 7% more of that, so it'll be like 6 or something more, so it'll be like 96 or something. The plan is to record this over possibly 3 parts. We'll see if we can get it done in 3 parts. We can see if we can get it done less. If we get it done less, then I may record more. If we record more, I'll go ahead and put two episodes up apart on YouTube. So if there's two episodes coming up a day on YouTube, that's what's happening, is we've recorded more than 3 parts. So starting here on the blue path, I think you always get offered the balanced option, and then you'll get 1 of 2 random alternatives, whether life, in this case it's either life or growth. I know there's a couple other ones we can pull. I think we're going to go growth here. Take that soil factory. So we just get given nitrates. We'll have a little bit of surplus nitrates. Unlike balanced, where we're given 24 food and the farm gives you an extra 1, on growth here we're given 5 food, with presumably the expectation that you're going to be making 2 food a turn. So it'll be a little bit longer before you can toss the hab module down, but you're going to be starting with 2 food a turn instead of 1 food a turn. So I think that's what we're going to go with. And then we got to choose our opening leader. So we got the security guy. 1 water for every 3 new water. We've had this guy before. We did this on the red path. That was actually really good for the red path. It gives us a police station and overwork. We never used overwork. We mainly use the police station and explore. We're also offered artificial intelligence here, which is increase our science production for 1 for every 6 robots we construct. So from a science perspective, this will probably be very strong in the long run. This may be a little weak at the beginning. Innovate, 2 more projects are proposed this turn, gain 3 science. Energy savings, generate 5 power. Or explore a location. This is going to be the same both of those. Yeah, so it's, do I want water or science? I think that science bonus is actually going to probably be comboing with our playstyle here a little bit better. So we're going to go with this guy. Worst case scenario, we've got a bunch of power where he decided not to explore. And he's just like, we are going to pop into the city here and place our headquarters. Huh. Okay. Well, we can work with this. This is not necessarily how we wanted it to be. It'll work. We do have a fully cleared out starting city here. And we are basically going to get the stuff going. So there we go. We got 2 food a turn. So it'll be 10 turns before we get the hab module down, but we're not necessarily in a rush to get the hab module down. That gives us some time to explore. And we do want to probably explore the large deposits first, so we know what we can mine fairly easily. So let's take the titanium one first. And then we'll cycle the turn. Nitrate silicates, or another farm. Tempted to go to another farm to get the food real moving. No, we don't know where we're getting the water from right now. We'll probably do the laboratory then. We'll do the other large deposit. I think there's a large water deposit there, which we could, yeah, large water deposit. X Mars Foundation. Proposing a large cash prize to push research in a specific field, so we get to pick what that field is. So we can take laboratory and get a lab card. Take hab, get a hab card, or tuber farm, get a farm card. I think we're going to the tuber farm. And then don't necessarily know where we're going to the thorium from, though I think it will take the generator. We do need some power. And we got a couple places that might have some thorium. We'll take 2 power to explore the large water. And we have what we need to play the lab. So we'll play the lab right there. I guess it's 1 science. Okay, that's the turn. Got our first trade route. We do have a thing that combos off a robot, so it is tempting to grab the robots. Yeah, let's grab those robots. Do we want to pay the 1 powers, or do we want to go for that tritium? Try to get the thermo generator going. Probably try to do the tritium to get thermo generator going. Got some extra food. Okay, so we should have enough tritium, I think, between exploring those 3 places to get the generator going, which will be good. In the meantime, we got nothing that requires science, so I'm going to trade the science away for power in. And then we're also going to pop in here. I think we're going to drop the robot hub. It gets us to expand. With that, we can get a couple mines going. So we'll definitely take the titanium one. Do I want to do water or silica? Water. We're going to pay the extra support return for the water there. There we go. Now we're getting water and titanium. The water will help us with settling more cities. The titanium will help us with setting up more mines. I think we'll take the HAB module in this situation. We got probably all the HAB modules we want. Let's try to get the tritium going so we can take... Ooh. Thought long dead. Early expedition was found alone. So we found a leader that we can replace the current one with. So we'll put that away for the moment. Think about it. Yeah, the blue path objectives get to tier 2 in all of them. And yeah, it's like 2 on the first one. Oh, oxygen apparently. Their atmosphere is apparently on 60 something. Except for 30 something for the base one, but yeah. We get 75 support immediately, or we can replace her to get someone that can just give us on demand 7 of each resource. But not power. Though it would only be for 6 turns. Might be tempting to try to set up something on that lava tube. I think I got this ability to save it. Or the planetary view. Taking the projects, okay. No, we're gonna pass on her. As tempting as it is. Move for the turns. Cycle the turn. Got a free exploration satellite. For our first mega project, we do the Central Park, which, if we got it going, would help with oxygen atmosphere. Deep core. That might make sense if we set up the second city, because then we can get the titanium silicates from the breaking all the rocks. That one might combo with the fact that we are getting a decent inflow of science. At least we could build that one pretty quickly. Whereas that one's going to be limited by our lack of power. This one's limited by the fact that we need to actually do some terraforming where we can actually use the terraforming bonus, which is a bit of chicken and egg problem. Yeah, let's do the weather control facility. Grab the entertainment office here, even though we're not going to play it right away. Drop in here, we'll drop our hab module. Get some more people inhabited here. And we can also go ahead and use that to get the silicate mine going. Okay, let's do both of these. So we're going to explore manually that one, and satellite that one. So we've got the minimum that we need to set that up, that lava tube settlement up. So if we get up to 25 food, we could set that one up. Found sandstones here, which would be supported turn. I'm not super interested in that, especially early on. We do have... For that exploration, we do now have the thorium. So we'll set that up, get some power import. Some power coming in. And at this point, we've got something we want science for. We don't have something we want silica for. So we're going to export silica, and we're going to import the power still, because we still need a bunch of power. Mercury, Jupiter, or Venus? Mercury is titanium. Jupiter is some terraforming, so we get an atmosphere per turn and atmosphere. Now, Venus runs into the problem that the first level in that is negative support. So I think we're going to avoid the negative support, as tempting as the heat is. We're probably going to do Jupiter here. Oh, actually, we are going to grab the waste incinerator. So when we get the tuber farm down, waste incinerator will give us power if we put that in the city. Extra Martian exploration mission here is 10 power to set up. That's actually not too bad for us to do. We may start doing that if we get a little more power going. Some extra food there. You know what, let's go ahead and get the support per turn. And then we hadn't set this locate mine up. Let's set that up. Okay, that's second turn. Expectations have risen, so it's a good thing we did get that support up because apparently we need it already. Tempted to do the lab here instead of the paver. Let's explore last one cost one. Didn't give us very much, but it gave us some adjacencies. Yeah, let's place that there. High capacity research. Every 3 permanent project proposals you do increase the amount by 1. Interplanetary shipping, gain 1 trade route per new celestial body you develop to level 1. Destroying a rock costs 2 less power. Well, we're thinking our first expansion is going to be in that cave where we're paying to clear lots of rocks. So dropping the cost from 3 to 2 does make a lot of sense. So we'll grab that. I think we actually got a place where we could place that, so we will grab that. We're going to explore the large nitrate deposit here. Allows us to pop in here and grab our plus food, which is also plus power. With that, I think we will, because we've got something we want silicates, and we actually want to start building that space project. So we'll spend our 1 export capacity getting that built. Still, well, we effectively doing that dropped our power production by 1 a turn, but I think we can work with that. Okay, well, let's go ahead and we'll take the energy savings for a couple turns here. Generate some power to do stuff. And then make a project wise in the back. That's science. Okay. Probably the lab. What we can do is instead of taking the power, we can take innovative, take the science, and get the extra choices. Okay, I think in the long run we'll want the robots. We'll take the robots. Second another turn. Time swap to the new leader. Got culture, which is if you have a bunch of support, get an extra research per turn. Also the ability to store 2 more projects. Local art gallery, cultural festival, spend 5 order, get a bunch of support. Or we can get Mr. Construction here, who I think will work pretty well for our hypothetical new colony. So let's go ahead and go with this guy. You know, we're going to want more power, so I'll go to the tritium generator. Okay, maybe a bit greedy. Yeah, it's a bit greedy. I was about to say, thinking of taking the modular apartments right now, but I think it's a little too greedy. We'll pay for them in the, search one of the 2s. Mars Corp, Dale Group, or Marble Origin, so we can get titanium, water, or power. Okay. So where are we? You're 4. Couple 4s. Which are probably where we want to do you, right? So, yeah, I think the nitrate's the one we're going to hit with it. So we're going to nitrate with the air. And food, okay. So where do I want to put city center here? Because I think it's time to go ahead and drop that. I'll probably do this card to destroy some rocks for free. I'm thinking here. And if we get something like the that makes city buildings happy, we can put the city building here and put the 2 apartment complexes there and there. And then the farm, as long as the farm is fine being next to a person, can be on the fertile soil. Yeah, that doesn't sound like a bad idea. Okay, so we're going to do earthworks. And we can do found city on the earthwork, which we get for free removing. I'm going to remove you. You don't yet have robots in here, so that's not going to help. Do you want to pay some power clearing more rocks? The answer is yes. Actually, no, we'll hold off. Crater colony here. We get 25 food, we might want to place the hab module. Though we probably want to save up those module apartments first. We can get the lab down. So we've got a nice place where we can get a double adjacency off of double labs, with the space for a third. And say farm and house, yeah. So do we want the titanium, the water, or the power? And I think the answer is probably the power. Okay, first spreader. Do we want bacteria, or which bacteria do we want? Is what it is. Do we want plus atmosphere or oxygen atmosphere? Got -2 temp, you got 0 temp. 0 temp is going to be a little bit hard to start with, so let's do atmosphere and oxygen. We are getting water, so we would get that pretty quickly. Don't need that hab. So it's a toss-up between the colony module and the water. We're going to go the water. So we want. That's a gigantic nitrate deposit. Either a nitrate mine there or agricultural complex. There's tritium. Yeah, I think we're going to come in, we're going to do a rock clear. Say delete you and you. We do robots there. And then we'll pay the science. Got so many things we want to run the science on, but we'll grab it for the engineering. This guy here. Oops. Pop up. So now we've got a lot of ability to grab places to build on here. Granted, I got no titanium, so we'll have to wait for the titanium to come in. But we can set up the tritium. We're probably not going to set up the sands here. We could, but we're probably not going to. So let's go ahead. We're going to say you are going to take control of that and that. And we'll take the silicate down for a turn. Because what I want to do is I want to set the solar panels up on the high terrain there. Like so. This is costing us support until we fix it. Just power and food, which we can pay right now, so we will pay it. +1 power for every 3 mines owned by it. That's tempting. I think we can make that work. Or a tuber farm. Oh, I didn't repair both. Well, that's 11 nitrates, so we're just going to have to suffer that one for a bit. And or explore some nitrates. Yeah, we got a nitrate location that we can explore. That'll get us a little bit closer. So it needs 11, so we're going to have to eat it for a turn. Nothing we can do about it. get some more power that way. Oh, and I'm being told I can research a project. Well, we're going to be short nitrates for a while, so let's take the power because we can actually make use of that. And this is going to have, when it's all said and done, it's probably going to have at least 3 mines, if not more. And it's for every 3 mines. So 1, 2, 3. The rich soil. Actually, I'm not sure if the rich soil, if we set it up as a agricultural complex, it will be considered a mine. I don't think this is considered a mine. Anyway, it's the mine's obviously a mine. Take the laboratory. We're not quite ready for it yet. Let's lower there. And there. Didn't quite get us what we needed to do the repair because we need 10. I'm going to get a little bit more nitrates out of that. In the meantime, we do have 9 silicates. I don't have a good place to put this down right now. It's kind of what I'm running into. Okay. Back out, roll the turn. Universal Factory, which is power titanium, gives us a bunch of robots, and gets us terraforming some stuff. That's not too bad. That one's a bit of a meh. Safari Park is just going to require so much oxygen to get you useful. So Universal Factory. There we go. So that gives us the nitrates to deal with the damaged building. How much do you cost? You're 4. Yeah, let's grab you. Get the second mine going. Mining industry. Keeping our growth, steady growth for the past few years, and we have more budget than expected. Additional funds have brought us substantial subsidies to one of our industries, leading to a noticeable increase in output. Which industry should this boon be granted to? The mining industry or the manufacturing industry? I'm leaning towards mining. We'll grab the hospital here. Okay, well I want to clear out some more rocks, so we can do earthwork. Clear rock, clear rock. Okay, I've got ideas for what I want to put down. Like, we're going to want this when we get the mines up, which is going to be a little bit delayed. Because there's a bunch of titanium required for that. But now we've got the space cleared that when we come back to later, we can at least think about putting the modular apartments up as well. And we're 1 over. So I need to play something. Let's get the house down. We had a planned housing location for that, so that we can get down. It also gives us another expand, which I think we'll probably put here so we can put the bacteria spreader somewhere. That looks like a good place for the bacteria spreader. Okay. I think we'll go to the project here, the space project. Give us something to do in space after our current one is done. That's another lava tube, so if we wanted to set up another lava tube in this biome, that would be a place to do it, which is why I explored that one. Let's take the... Oh, I suppose the drawback with taking the apartments is I'm maybe not ready for them yet. Yeah. Okay, we'll get the water, so we'll place you and you. That might not be where we leave those, but that's where we're going to place them for the moment to get our space. And then with our major projects, we've got the science one, which we need to save up for. We're saving up for titanium. We've got a bunch of titanium we need to use for various projects. Okay. This will clear next turn. Allow us to get that body hooked up. Artificial bacteria. That requires a decent amount of oxygen, so that won't be accessible right away. Though, if we grab this, we will have to hold on to the plant spreader quite a while, so no, we're going to go the bacteria. Do we gain access to Saturn? Ceres. Or Titan? Thinking Ceres. In this case, I'm thinking we're going to go import the oceans instead of do the extra Martian exploration mission. Yeah. Enable you, and we already decided we want the atmospheric return, so we build up one on Jupiter. And Jupiter wants us to export power, which we're actually not going to do right now, but that's fine. Zoom back into the planet. Start shipping thorium up to get us the ocean. Given the circumstances, I think we're going to grab the extra launch capacity. Now, what do I want to do with that extra launch capacity? I could go with getting the oceans quicker, that's a thought. Or actually, let's also start working on the science from space. Get both those projects progressing. I think we'll keep clearing rocks here where we have this guy with cheap rock clearing. We definitely got place to put farms. The question is, can we get them down in a productive manner? Because I know here we want a farm there. And here we want a farm there. So we definitely have the desire for that farm. The question is, can we get it down? The answer right now is no. Let's go ahead and drop the hospital. I'll get it out of our inventory so we've got the 8 spaces we need. And one last time, I think we'll take earthworks. There's some rocks. New leaders. We've got efficient constructions and interplanetary logistics. Current and future celestial resource sources are reduced by 15. Okay, that's interesting. Construct a city mine. We don't got any of those. Resource management, so if we're trying to get the shortages dealt with 5 times the impact. That's interesting. Prospecting tour or efficient construction. Each megastructure stage costs 3 fewer of every resource. Adjacent buildings provide +1 of whatever they have adjacency-wise. 2 fewer resource. So this one would be good if you were maybe not trying... Well, actually, we've probably got the power to pay for that, so that's not too bad. So I think we'll go efficient constructions here. And we'll take the train station. Granted, it looks like we're probably going to have to trash something. We'll see. There's like going to be a large influx of nitrates. Yeah, that costs 22 cents. That's not a free building. This makes everything cheaper. Which makes sense to... Well, either that or we're going to explore. I want to play 4 power to explore. And get 10 atmosphere. Because right now I think I'm only going to build 1 building if we build buildings. No, I could build 2. I could build the CO2 factory as well. Okay, let's do that because we're going to get 2. It makes sense. So build the lab. And the CO2 factory. So we now have everything except for oceans ticking. Yeah. Support's even harder to maintain. That's not going to be dropping costs enough for me to want to do anything. We don't want to receive that, so we'll pay the power for the exploration. Get the atmosphere at the same time. Okay, bit of a boring turn. Next one we'll do a little bit more stuff. Combined living center we're going to pass on. Nitrates we're going to pass on. Residents we're going to pass on. We're going to take the science this turn. Okay, popping in here. Oh, I am short on 1 titanium for what I wanted to do. Which I suppose we could fix by pressing this button. That would give us 2, or I can do an explorer on titanium. We have a reasonable explorer on titanium. Would be 6 power for the titanium. You know, we'll take 6 power for the titanium. And then we can drop in here and play the first of the modular apartments. Okay. Ooh, more satellites. Yes, we want to explore faster. That oh, that's the flat plains. Maybe a little bit better than flat plains. What's next there? Nothing particularly interesting this turn. Anything I would build if I had a lower price? Well, we could put the power plant down. And it'd be the power plant, or the power plant. Okay. And that might not be a bad plan. It's not the plan I'm going to go with. I think we'll just pay some extra power. Do an explorer. 6, 6. A couple 4s over here. I think it's the 4 we're going to go with. Ten sport instead of 1 science. No, we really want the science. That one's interesting. That one actually might be worth trying to play quicker than that one. Take the gas factory for the moment. As far as our mega projects go, we have that one, which is robots. Allow us to get the more mines up, but right now we're limited more actually on titanium than expands. Or that one, which is science. Notably for this one, this would help with a lot of spreading life in the zone. Yeah, we're not going to do the science one either. Let's go ahead, let's play this, because we are approaching getting a terraforming parameter done. So that'll get us some real rewards real quickly. And we're definitely building multiple buildings, so I think we will go with the efficient construction here. Pop in here. Gas factory, oxygen factory. Generator? Yeah. And that will help a lot with the terraforming, as well as providing us a little bit more power. So yeah, everything except for oxygen is proceeding, or everything except for water is proceeding. Which is maybe good because we've got stuff in places that are going to flood. Yeah, maybe good because we've got stuff in places that are going to flood. But not necessarily helping us right this moment. Arctic Care. Temperature 0, oxygen 1. That's just support. The methogen, which is heat. We'll take the heat one. And we did just hit the first atmosphere level, so plus 100 support, plus 1 radiation protection in all the cities. Probably go to the food factory. Yeah, we got that 10 science from moving one of those over, which is good. When we get the next one over, that will basically have probably made it warranted delaying that. This is just plus or minus 1 support. This will combo pretty well off of there, so we'll go ahead and dump that there. We had the power for it. Next turn, our ocean import will complete. It's a little annoying that this is a 12 titanium. That's what's really delaying that. We got a couple lava tubes here. We've even got a large aquifer here. I might extract this one for the oceans, because we're not as desperate for water. You know, I'll go ahead and grab the resource management here. This might actually combo well if we put it in the middle of the science building. This will basically be +3 science buildings, so I think that might be worth it. Ooh, support requirements getting a little high. I'm gonna go the biogenerator here. Enable you, get 20 potions. Eat atmospheric tritium, a little bit extra food. And that's the CO2 glacier. Right now we'd be blowing up with radiation, which we want to avoid. We're not in a rush right now to get that payload. Let's export power, get some titanium coming in, so I can get that nitrate mine running. The question is, do you want to do the cleanup tour or fishing construction? Fishing construction is going to save me... Well, it'll save me 2 titanium, 2 food, and that probably actually will be worth it. It's 4 savings. Play the module apartment here. And then construction-wise, I think we were looking at Universal Factory. Yeah, I'm not in a rush to that. We want to get that nitrate mine down first. We might play that after the nitrate mine. More robots, tempting. The spaceport's actually more tempting, so we'll grab the spaceport. Gotta find a good place to put that down. Honestly, I might put it on the sandstones here. Because then we'll have the adjacency on those two and the city. And we have the science for the resource management center, so let's get that centered down. See our science shoot through the roof up to +6. I'm not sure if I want another one. We are definitely exploring this turn. So we got a couple 8. We got mostly 8s. There is a couple 6s. Some tritium might help us with getting the mines going. And of course we got 4, so we do the 4s first. Science and tritium. Mine the large asteroids that comes barreling through, or just let it pass. I don't currently have the launch capacity to do that comfortably, so we're going to pass. Gas factory is tempting. I think we'll take the gas factory. And we'll do the explore again. Before. What's the space looking like down here? So, good. Right, so we're done here. Yeah, we're completely done here. So it's that city or new city replacing buildings. Pay 3 power, play the gas factory. Yeah. So it's 11 power play, but I guess it's more gas production. That is kind of one of our goals. Plus 1 nitrates for every 3 people in the city. So that'd be 1 nitrate in the city, not really good enough. Bacteria spreader, public baths. I think we'll actually just convert this one to science. And then I'm going to turn this into a spaceport. That initially only gave us 2 more export-import routes. Baiting. I could export more power to try to accelerate leveling up Jupiter. That's maybe a good question. Do we want to accelerate leveling up Jupiter? It's just radiation protection right now. Not really in a rush for radiation protection. Though that would probably help with support. Not too worried about that for the moment. Let's export food then. Or do I want to finish this project? Let's finish that project. We've got enough silicates to do that. Oops. Clicked too many times through the thing, so I grabbed the thing underneath. Okay. So now we have the titanium to play that. If I had the power, apparently I'm too low on power. So we at least gotta wait until next turn. Oh, I don't need to wait. Well, no, that's an exterior building. I do need to wait. Okay. Could explore. Because of the higher power cost, that would delay something else we don't want to explore. You know, we'll take the Resource Management Center, in which case we'll chuck it for science. New leader. Take diplomacy. Increase the number of new trade, or as you increase the number of new trade routes, you get more trade routes. So every 3 gives you an extra 1. Embassy, City of the Year, support on exploration or animals. We're gonna go diplomacy, because at least the trade routes will be good when I get them played. Space elevator. Ooh, a lot of trade routes. Very tempting for the trade routes. Hanging Gardens has got that rainfall problem, so we need to get rainfall going for that to be buildable. Zeppelin gives an explore action. Requires atmosphere, but we have a level 1 atmosphere, and we're moving real quickly at level 2 atmosphere, so this is pretty buildable. It's just the fact that it costs tritium. And we'll pick it up instead of the elevator. Okay, landing pad. Cold Chasm's providing 31 support, so let's go ahead. I'm not going to pay the power to explore this turn. So City of the Year on you. Get some extra support. Let me expand, grab that mine. Get the nitrates coming in. And we can enable the ocean delivery. Oh no, that was the science. So now we're getting 8 science to turn into 6. And then trade route wise, I think we want to do something like that. We want nitrates for stuff we're potentially building, so we'll hold off on vending the nitrates right away. And I should probably actually set a new city up somewhere. Okay, let's, because we've got the shipping capacity right now, we've got plenty of science. Let's ship extra science. That just means we'll be done delivering the science quicker, but You're a crater. You're flat. We probably want it to be a crater, or be a lava tube, to be fair. Even though we are going to have problems with clearing quickly enough, that's one reason we want this tech done. Which we will have next turn. That's more sandstone, okay. I think we're gonna do this one. Trying to imagine how I'm gonna build the city there. I'm imagining the city a little bit better in some of the ones up here. Oh, we would have to clear a rock here. Does have a silicate mine. Normally some great natural sites. Yeah, I can imagine how I'm building this one. At least how I'm going to start building this one. So I'm going to plop the city in. Gets us some support bonus. Gets the card out of our hand. Gets the food and the water deployed. We'll have the titanium next turn. No, because that's yeah, okay. Okay, we'll see where the power is next turn. Got a couple different concepts bouncing around in my head right now. Automation sensor is mostly power. So factory is food, obviously. We don't need power that badly. I guess between the soil and automation. Do the automation. Import more oceans. One of the bottlenecks we're running into is we are going to need to get some oceans, so I'm not opposed to that. So we have 8 power, so I could potentially extract these oceans. Don't have to worry about any of our stuff submerging yet. Do I need water? I don't really need the water that badly. Especially if we go for the nitrate mine option. We got some 2s for exploring, though if I'm doing that, we're... Okay, so let's... City of the Year. The 30 support. Oh, can only be selected once. Okay. Less interesting then. That one's the embassy is a free one, so we'll pull out the end of embassy. We'll claim the water and Trenton Oceans, getting +1 rainfall in all zones, flooding some zones. Oh, I hadn't accounted for that potentially flooding that mine. We still... Well, we can, just not yet. Okay, well, we're not getting that nitrates anytime soon. And then we'll release 4 titanium to turn that into a landing pad. We'll play this. This drops the cost of breaking rocks down to 1. Don't have the power to do that right now, but that's an option that we now have access to. Get more science in. A little desperate actually for power, but we don't want to import power because we're trying to get the Jupiter one up. We have an extra trade route here. I can happily export one of you. There we go. That'll get the construction in space going a little faster. Okay, and looking at the time, I think this is a place where I should go ahead and put a part break in for YouTube. We're going to go pick up that again. Maybe. I have a place for that. Yeah, clear the rock, place it on the where the rock is. That wouldn't be too bad. But yeah, before I continue getting distracted, let's go ahead and put a part break in. So if you're watching on YouTube, there will be either there'll be another part up today, depends on how many parts I record tonight, or there will be a part up tomorrow. There will definitely be a part up tomorrow. Whether there's a part up today or not is a different question. If you're watching on Twitch, feel free to hang around. I'm going to take a short break to sip a little bit of tea, but then we're going to get right back to it. And then we're going to see how quickly we can get this done. We're about an eighth of the way there, but we can see progress-wise we are progressing pretty quickly on some of the objectives. So we're going to finish the atmosphere off in 4 turns. We're going to be halfway on oxygen in 5. Heat's probably actually the thing running the slowest at the moment. But yeah, with that, wish you all the best of luck and a good time. Catch you all in the next part, and bye for now.